proc, it's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
As the tank picking begins, immediately a batch at IS-7 being readied up, and then look at that, one-ups. VZ from Flare, IS-7, CS, and a bat.
Countering with 2 VZs and IS-7.
VZ is really a king on this. And we haven't seen a Super Conqueror picked yet, but the Super Conqueror is so slow.
Yeah.
That's the one weakness. It's so daggone slow. Oh, there we go. Flare bringing one Super Conqueror and one T100.
And you know who's in
and for
that?
those confused, no. Oh, yeah, we definitely do. And there's no EBRs allowed to be played. That is the one tank. I always forget in the rules. Of all the standard tech tree tanks,
correct,
the EBR is the one tank that is banned from the season. So if you dislike wheelie boys, hey, here you go. You get to see what it would be like without them or with them or whatever, depending, the rules have been fluctuating in a lot of these formats to just kind of see where the game can go as you kind of adjust certain rules, the 2-of rule, the tank picking, the timer. So we get to see different metas kind of emerge as we change formats, and we go into the first round on proc. Burbology, it's a 3-1 lead on match point.
Match point. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't say proc. So just to go back a little bit, I forgot actually. So let's just get into this. I literally forgot. I had a point.
Maybe defensive favorite.
Well, it is, yeah. And especially since we've seen how Burbology is playing, right? But Team Flare isn't. They're not playing bad on their attacks. It's just that I think their execution is a little bit slow. The flexing is a little bit slow. And what I'm noticing is sometimes I feel like they're split when they need to just be, clearing some tanks out.
Yeah, they've been... The only map that I'm thinking of is on Cliff on the donut play on their defense was the only time they just kind of said, we're all going to be here and we're going to fight. Every other time, and look at Dark Ninja's scout route, a very good one, because he knows when he popped over the mid and he saw nothing there and he can't get lit, there's nothing on the 2-line, or there could be one tank, but he's going to go clear it out. But this is, they're all over the rails. And look at the Super Conqueror immediately going back to A6. Immediately.
So he brought a turbo, I guess, to get, really quickly and do a deep run and get out of there? Because that's a really interesting equipment choice. Well, a turbo and a light tank. So I'm guessing because the E2100 is just so fast, and then putting a turbo on it. I've actually never looked at the field mods for the T100, so I probably will have to do that this after. But I'm guessing it gets some speed, maybe. Most likely, it's probably
it should.
Maybe a speed +2 or something. I don't know. I haven't really looked at.
It's probably the acceleration and being able to turn better, right? Because turbo still does that, right? Yeah, it did increase your powder weight.
It just
as well as the top speed.
It gives +5 top speed with plus power to weight and stuff like that. So I'm guessing he just brought that so he could just be like a
Every
little.
Every second matters when he's doing a scout loop.
And they did bring a semi-heavy lineup. They're going to be playing the 2-cap here, and Burbology actually has a really good setup for their attack.
Burbology's a lot heavier, and they have the side of the map they wanted without taking any punish. And really, what do you have? You have PM and the Super Conqueror to get resets.
Correct.
And maybe an IS-7 in certain spots, but really
OP,
it's just the Super Conqueror.
Sneaky. Look at him. He's like, hey, that looks like a British snack over there. I mean, no. PM going no, actually, I'm not.
A lot of this is going to come down to PM being able to get the resets. It looks like they may bring Dark Ninja in to try to spot, because they need someone close to be able to spot the cap, but they have to worry about OP. And OP actually does take one hit from downtown from Nexus or from someone, or Banjo.
Sitting a little too high up there. Probably by, maybe it was an external shot, because he has the angle.
Could have been, but the cap continues. I mean, and Blue taking a hit. Cheeky shot from Kenway. We have cheeky VZ sandwich, one in the north, one in the south, and Kenway getting up on that flat, not depression, but that flat top.
And this is kind of where the VZs are going to be. Oh, look, Dark looking for that CS, and probably PM is going to get the reset. PM taking his time to get the reset.
Oh, he's using the boxes right now.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's using the
he's shooting under
thing.
Oh yeah. But he still gets a reset. He's just what did he? Wait, who hit Dark? There's no shot. October hit that, right?
Wait. No.
No. Yeah, I was about to say.
There's no.
He lost I was about to say if he snapped that, I'm about to die laughing. I think Major hit that, or
Well, Dark's been kind of taking a little bit sloppy
Ooh,
route when he's going up. Like,
you got hit
he's a little bit lower.
again.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You need to keep your
Oh,
HP.
you can see now Team Flare realizing they needed to destroy the houses up there. They did not do that in the early game. They wanted to destroy the houses at E6 to try to open up some additional shots towards Major Pain.
External, getting more shots on OP. OP, I guess doesn't know how to play the rails, even though he has extensive Clan Wars experience. Unfortunate.
And those VZs, I mean, they're not an IS-7. They're not a Super Conqueror. They can be penned by some of these shots from downtown on the sides. And you know, like, you know how you feel like whenever I would play an IS-7 in some of those positions, like, yeah, I may not be able to like depress my gun to get the shot all the time, but I'm like, I know that I'm just not going to take any damage or I'm not going to bleed unless someone's HEing me.
Yeah, and now they're
in
putting
the VZ,
2 on cap
I don't feel that way.
because they have such a. I mean, the HP advantage isn't big. It's only
15 seconds.
But yeah, I mean, PM has to poke this. OP, is he gonna block him?
He's blocking the
my
resets,
God.
and that's the
So the
only option they
IS-7's
have
gonna
to
have
get
to come up.
resets. Nope, it's over. That's it. No way.
Ooh, wow.
And
Oh my God, what a weird
Flare
last
waiting
game.
way too long. To
Way
get
too
those
long.
resets.
PM actually making up for all of the side shots he took early game.
And that was
a
legend. A very, very good play by PM. That was the right play to do.
It was
especially
such
as they,
the right
they
play.
had the 2 on with like 15, and they were bringing in the 3rd, and they were like, just get in his way. No one is close enough. Just block him. All you have to do.
And I mean,
doesn't matter if you die.
I mean, look at the damage spread. I mean, Burbology was set up really well. Like everybody was getting shots. Even Kenway on the offside, really far away, getting shots. So it looks like Kenway may have hit Dark Ninja at some point, or he was just bleeding like bloop. And everyone probably like Nexus.
And Burbology winning, Team Flare, while losing, I mean, the real losers of this round were the fantasy players, because there's not a lot of fantasy points there to be had for anyone that has some of these players on their teams, is what I'm looking. I'm trying to focus on what's important.
You're right. And, yeah. My fantasy points. I don't even want to talk about my picks. Okay. I don't
want to talk about mine either, because I was unsure of who was playing, and
everybody's playing today.
I did the one of rule.
Every team is playing today.
From every team, because I was like, I don't know who's going long. Every team is playing today.
Every team is playing today. I think Scott and Hitman are streaming after our 2 games. If I'm not mistaken.
I picked Dark Ninja, and I think I picked October. And I was close to picking OP as well. I didn't do it.
Yeah, I picked Kenway. He had a really good game that one time though. But I mean, it's not going to be enough.
You got to pick the distance.
You have
games,
to.
You know?
No, like you literally have to pick, like the guy that just. You have to pick like a guy from every team that's just doing damage. You know, like if we look
get 4-0'd.
Actually, if I go back here, if we look, total fantasy point wise, OP was the pick. Oh, sorry, not OP. Major Pain was the pick, and it looks like PM was the pick from Team Flare. Major Pain is actually, I mean, I don't really know that player, but now he's definitely on my radar. Maybe I know him and he just like has a different name. You know, it'd be hard sometimes when people change their name 18 times. But he was the pick. If you picked players from these 2 matches, Major Pain and PM, if you pick those 2, you are on your way to placing high in today's
placing higher than me.
Well, higher than me too, as well. Higher than me as well.
You know what? I think it's the attire.
It is.
I think we've gotten too.
We're just looking.
We're becoming too vain. We're too into our own looks that we're just.
Ego.
Our fantasy points are suffering.
Like I see. I'm casting, right? I'm casting because if I was on any of these teams, it would just be over. It would be done and over. They'd win every game 4-0. It would be boring. You know what I mean? If I was on any of these teams. So I just had to cast just to be a nice guy and let people actually, let closer matches happen, and let people actually, be able to experience wins.
That's why, Smiley.
It's definitely why. I don't know why you're laughing, Germ. I don't know why you're laughing. That's actually the reason. I mean, it just be like that though, And so, there's people out here that are, they're going to do really good in fantasy, and you don't know who they are. You're like, who's that? How did he, dang, he good, And so, I mean, Kenway didn't do bad, though. He did 240. He was the third highest for Burbology. And as somebody coming new into competitive, I think that's really good. Especially because if you think about it, he had 2 games where he did sub 1K. And yet he still did top 3 because of the other games that he played. I mean, he was just boom, boom, boom. He was just rocking it. And PM, my boy, always a solid pick. PM loves Horus. And I love Horus, so I love PM. You see what I'm saying? Because my boy, Horus is my boy. So PM is my boy because Horus is my boy. You see what I'm saying? It's the bro. It's the acquaintance bro. That's what I call it, the acquaintance bro. So it's like
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, not to cut you off, but
go ahead.
I don't like him.
Ah!
And I don't like him, and I'll tell you why. Because I had PM Loves Horse and PM on the same team last season casting, and I said just by default, I hate you both because it's impossible to cast when you have PM Loves Horse and Horse or PM on the same team,
right?
And saying who is who.
Right.
Because
it'll say...
So I said they're both dead to me.
Right. Okay.
But I think they've name changed now, so it's fine.
No, they haven't, actually.
I have a very absolute
he just put PM to be nice, Or maybe they broke up. Maybe the relationship is... Yeah, maybe they broke up and, PM underscore doesn't underscore love Horus anymore.
Or just kind of likes.
Yeah, he kind of likes him. Unfortunate, really unfortunate. But
well, I think we've got a little break here.
We do,
Smiley. Before we get to our next match, we'll go ahead and turn on some music. It will be, I believe. Oh yes, Cat Jam, who we've not seen yet, and Tomatitos, which we saw on Monday. So
yeah, we saw him get 4-0. So hopefully, they don't get 4-0 this time around.
We'll be back in 5-10 minutes. We'll put on some tunes and we'll talk to you guys in a minute.